Bhagavad Gītā. Om Jaya Bhagavad Gītā. Hariya Kamala Viharini.
Hariya Kamala Viharini.
Sundara Supunite. Om Jaya Bhagavad Gītā.
Right.
So my name is Gayatri Krissy Hanuman and I live in Brisbane, Australia. And I'm so very humbled to be here before you today at this International Bhagavad Gītā Jayanti conference. I'm not an academic, nor do I profess to be an expert on the Bhagavad Gītā, such an amazing and beautiful text. I am forever a student of life, learning from each and every experience that is offered through this dance of consciousness through me. In these times, however, we can look at the Bhagavad Gītā as more than just a religious text, but rather a guide for how to live our lives. A universal text depicting the dance of consciousness through us, with the music of life and the song of the Blessed One. I believe the Gītā to be a great metaphor for the battle within us all to do the right thing, to say the right thing, to perform the right action or duty, that internal battle of confusion that every human being feels at some time in their life between this right or wrong, good or bad, demonic or divine. And this is the battle that Arjuna faces on the battlefield in the opening chapter of the Gītā. What is the right action to take in this situation? His struggle, I believe, is between part of himself that is based on conditioning, his upbringing and social training to go into battle as a soldier, and the part that senses that he does not truly know what the right thing to do here is. He does not really wish to fight his own family. And this, I believe, this quandary is a place that we are all familiar with. It can immobilize a person into doing nothing at all, into no action, and in fact, not truly living their life. Or it can send us into action. So here Krishna urges Arjuna to go into battle. And this, I believe, in essence, is the suggestion to live life, to not hide away, to experience all that life has to offer. Now, on some level, the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna is a dialogue between our deepest self and our surface self. Today, I would like to continue the discussion around this battle with reference to chapter 6, verse 5. Elevate yourself through the power of your mind and not degrade yourself, for the mind can be the friend and also the enemy of the self. Now, when I read this verse to my 12-year-old son and asked him what it meant to him, his answer was simply thus: I guess complete acceptance of who I am. Brilliant answer, my beloved son. Well done. So, how might we teach the youth of today complete acceptance of who they are and how to make friends with the mind or to quiet the noise and the battle within their mind? How does one elevate oneself through the power of the mind? Having over 100,000 children here is on some form of antidepressant medication. And more young people are being prescribed medications to control the mind, to numb the mind, that becoming friends with the mind is ever more beneficial. Acceptance is the furthest thing from the mind, and the battle is said. The thing about meditation is you become more and more you. Exactly. Now, 12 years ago, I was on the road to destruction, and the birth of my son changed everything. A call to duty as a mother arose within me. A desire to fully engage in the battle of life transpired after years of myself being on it, as there was from Lord Krishna to Arjuna to engage in the battle, rather than abandon and retire in solitary meditation or devotion. I had been in separation for far too long and was searching to connect with, well, everything. That beautiful saying is very apt here. When the student is ready, the star, the previous speaker. And I immediately dived into all she had to offer. And I believe this is the true message of the Bhagavad Gītā. I surrendered. In my first year, I gave up my antidepressants that I'd been taking for over 10 years, replaced it with a meditation practice. I slowly allowed myself to feel. And I began to observe the thoughts and feelings as they arose. And eventually, I began to observe them without attachment. So I now see my mind like a foreign country. I wish to explore with no expectations about what I will discover, complete acceptance as to what I do, observing as a mother would her two children playfully arguing over a toy. I let go of expectations of any of my actions and attachment to any particular outcome. So over time, with continued practice, I learned to abide and operate from my essence nature. My daily to restrain, but by practice and detachment, it can be controlled. Practice is the key that opens the door to mastery and excellence. I often tell my yoga students that practice makes progress. By regularly sitting in a pose, you're able to go deeper. By practicing regular meditation, you're able to sit longer. By practicing sitting with your thoughts and accepting all of them, you are able to lose the desire to battle with them. Progress in strengthening and making friends with my mind. So what I would love to see is that we introduce some of these into Western schools, some of these concepts, that it becomes part of the curriculum. Yoga, meditation, mindfulness, all added to the curriculum of various schools here in the West. So is not the Bhagavad Gītā, to sum up, a guide to remembering who we really are, spiritual beings having a human experience, feeling it all, experiencing it all, and accepting it all in all of its glory. Thank you so much for listening to me. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you very much, and then Gayatri Krissy, both of you, though Ibu took about the theory of honesty to nature and how Mother Nature is to be worshipped by all of us every day, and we should not forget the contribution and laws of nature. How and body-mind mechanism for doing the exercise of living organism, and also emphasizing on how to experience that everything is living, though many non-living things are seen, but that nature gives living and non-living. That is consciousness. Very nice presentation. Then coming to Gayatri's, this is presentation, the togetherness of again the same spirit of body, mind, consciousness, and leading to his own experience towards love for each one of us. That is very, very important and significant for realization. Thank you very much for nicely presenting your views in time. Now we will go to the next speaker from Egypt, Mina Amin.
Haripada prema janaka abad